It's my dad's birthday. He's up there. Happy birthday, Dad. Oh. So on April 4th, myself and two friends, Ross Kinney and King Cassidy, set out on our bicycles. It was cold, rainy, and miserable when we left Portland. And over the following weeks, conditions did not improve. We damply traveled south through the towering redwood forests and the California coastline, turning east once we hit San Francisco. So Nevada was next, and we were expecting hot, brutal days in a treeless desert. But what we discovered, to our amazement, was a large collection of big mountains, sprawling valleys, hot springs, and cold weather. It was really, really cool. As we rode and camped, we watched an amazing amount of storms cross over the mountains and through the valleys. A forceful tailwind afforded us a quick trip across, and we landed in Utah very quickly, welcomed by warmer weather. So we visited Zion Canyon and Bryce Canyon, and we made a trip up to Moab to ride some single track. We spent a lot of time in Moab, or in Utah in general, enjoying the free time that seemed so plentiful to us. But by the time we left Moab, we realized that we had a lot of miles to cover. We still had to climb the Rockies, and the long miles of Kansas were still ahead of us. So we picked the pace up to 50 or 60 to 70 miles a day. So just over the Kansas border was Joplin, Missouri. While we were somewhere in Nevada, this community was struck by a Category 5 tornado. Having only spotty connections with current events, we were shocked by what we saw. We saw houses, businesses, schools, and churches, thousands of them, that were just absolutely leveled. We couldn't just ride through, so we found our way to AmeriCorps, and they enlisted us as volunteers. And we met a lot of really cool people there. So basically, we volunteered. We volunteered to pick up debris from houses. It was pretty hard, dusty work, and we spent 4 days there trying to make the place a little better. But after a while, we hit the road again. So we set it out to conquer Missouri and Kentucky, crossing the Ozark Mountains with grades higher than we saw in the Rockies. It was really, really hot there. So, so after a while, we got to the Appalachians. It cooled off a little bit. We spent some time in West Virginia, which was really awesome. We stayed at a friend's house in West Virginia. At about 5,500 miles, we hit New York City, and New York was kind of like our eastern terminus. We turned around from there, headed back west. Before we left, one of our riding partners left, Kane. And there was just two of us coming back. After New York, our first big obstacle was the Allegheny Mountains. We saw hills steeper in the Allegheny Mountains than we saw anywhere in the country. There was a hill that we had to walk our bikes up. It's the only one we found. After that, though, we got into Ohio, we got into Indiana, we got into all those states. We didn't see another hill for a month. It was ridiculous. There was corn, there was soybeans. After all that, we hit South Dakota. South Dakota was rad. It was pure, just open prairies. There was bison. It was awesome. We hit Badlands National Park. It was pretty awesome. We didn't really expect it to be the way it was. It was just I don't know, it was out of this world. It was cool. I don't know how to describe it except for that. After that, we went across Wyoming. Eastern Wyoming sucks, but once we got to Yellowstone, we got there just in time to hit the autumn colors. It was pretty freaking rad. We met a lot of people in Yellowstone that we met a lot of people on bikes in Yellowstone that were traveling, and we hadn't really seen that for a while. It was pretty cool. This is in Idaho. It was really cold in Idaho. We just got over the Rockies in time to miss the storm. But crossing the country, we learned a lot about this country. And America's a pretty cool place. It's a beautiful country, and we met a lot of Americans that are pretty freaking awesome people. We met people who let us camp in their backyards. We met people who like offered up their spare bedrooms, people who fed us, people who offered us showers. Like, it was pretty amazing. Wherever we went, people were pretty stoked with our trips. So like, my advice to you, go out and do it. Like go out and experience like what America is. There's a lot of people who helped us out there. All those people right there, they're all awesome. Thanks.